Hello everyone, we are back with another Marvel Rivals 3D model review. But before we start, I'd like to just get a few things out the way. First of all, thank you everyone for the views and the subs that I got in the last video. I was only expecting like a few hundred views, but last I checked, it had like 10k views. So thank you, and also all the new subscribers to the channel. Hello, I'm Andy Mush. I'm a 3D artist. And this is not like the only place you can get my reviews. I'm gonna have a review of the Jeff the Landshark 3D model up on my Patreon, where I also have another 3D model review of the Galacta model. But for today, we are gonna be looking at the Wolverine 3D model from Marvel Rivals. And this is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time, but unfortunately this will probably be my last video reviewing Marvel Rival models. I have some other ideas for some other videos, all involving like 3D model reviewing of some kind. I just don't want to pigeonhole myself into the Marvel Rivals model review guy, because if I do that, what happens when Marvel Rivals stop being relevant? I stop being relevant. So besides that, there were some other issues from my last video that I want to address. First of all, a lot of people in the comment section. First, thank you. I just want to say thank you to everybody who commented. But one of the more interesting things that was constantly being said was that the model that I was looking at, and this one too, are not the exact one that you see in game. Because yeah, 100,000 faces for a character model is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry about that. That was... I'm taking care of my sister's cat. If you guys heard that meow in the background, so she's a bit of a handful. I apologize for any meowing you hear. It's my sister's cat. Anyway, as I was saying, the 100,000 faces for a character is egregious. It's a bit on the excessive side, especially for a game engine. You know, this level of density. So what a lot of people in the comments were saying is that in the game they actually used a different model, and I think I've actually found some evidence to suggest this. What I think is happening is that Unreal Engine is Marvel. I should look up what Marvel Rivals engine runs on. Or you can tell that I don't try to script do these. I just open Blender, I grab my mic, and I start to get the most authentic opinions of it. But besides that, I found this. There's an outer layer that has a like totally different topology to the actual model. So I think Unreal Engine sort of does this automatically. That's why it's not all over the place, and then approximates its textures based off of the actual model. At least that's what I think, because it's crazy, man. 100,000 plus faces per character, pretty insane. So, besides that, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for joining me. And again, if you would like to support me a bit more, I have a Patreon where I have bonus content such as, as I said, the review for Jeff the Landshark's model, which is pretty popular. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, with this one, we're gonna do it a bit differently. We're gonna go outside in. So we're gonna start with the outermost stuff, and then the deeper details. So let's hit material view here, and first of all, let's just look at the general model. Okay, I think I've stated before, huge comic book fan. And this art style really pleases me. Okay, the little the lines, the oh my god, yeah, the way it looks, the little dots, it's just like, things like that really make me happy. Okay, I've mentioned this in the Squirrel Girl video, but I feel like this is a really good approximation of what this Across the Spider-Verse 3D films would look like as a game. And even in its gray box form. You can still see all the details. That's really cool. I think that's a very good sign. So let's begin with the toppest part, which is this helmet. His helmet, I mean. Let's isolate it, actually. Yeah, let's isolate the helmet so we can look at it individually. Oh, okay. So, pop on edit mode, and we see that the eye parts of his look like hard surface modeling, which I always used to assume it's kind of like a fabric type thing, but yeah, it seems here like it's being modeled to resemble a hard surface, and they do that by, you see the edges here. Yeah, you just come on now. You just extrude those, and then you line them up. One thing I'm noticing as I look at these models is this is gotta sound pretty generic, but you have to make the model kind of like the way it works in real life. What I mean is, you see these two parts here. They are separated from the rest of the mask like they would in real life. It's popping out like that, and you can see the seams of it. Even in like solid mode, check the overlay, you can still see like the seam parts of the detail of it, which I wish in the beginning I'd learned that you add this kind of detail by like adding a new object or like a new primitive and then editing it over. What I used to do is I would try and like add more faces onto the model and then extrude it out, because I was trying to do the whole like make it feel like it's real sort of thing, and it just ended up making all my models look weird. I think further down the line I'll do like I'm reviewing my older models type video. But other than that, I looked at the eyes and I looked at the seams of the helmet. We got some pretty cool detailing over here in the back. I like this. I like the way it's been modeled in. I'm pretty sure this is a separate segment. Yes, it is a separate segment. And there is no faces underneath it. I love this. So, you see these little dots. And you see how, like, the light is falling on it and making it do all this schmexy stuff. This is happening because of a normal map. Now, let's head over into the UV space so we can take a look at how the textures were laid. Okay. We got a 2K texture just for the helmet. Bong bong. That's what's up. And like last time, it should still follow the same design language, which means that these two eye parts are just on one. Yeah, look at that. Did you see? Look at the UV. When I deselect it, when I reselect it, you see? I explained a bit further what that means, but again, I really love it. I really love that they, even though it's 2K size texture, like PS2 textures used to be like 500 pixels. This is 2K, so it's like, oh man, I'm bad at math. A whole bunch of space bigger. Okay, that's like 4 times bigger. Yeah, it's like 4 times bigger. Yet, they use that just for like one specific part, or like one specific thing. I did this for one of my models for animation, and I thought, oh man, that's gotta be excessive. So seeing it here is quite shocking. But as we stated before, this might not even be the actual main game model. This is probably the one that you find in the lobby. Yes, in the lobby, because an absolute legend pointed out in the comments that this is here. It says lobby. So yeah, it's probably the lobby model. Okay, so again, you see how everything, when you select it, it has like the part where it's textured, and then it has like a little bit of like random coloring around it. That's to avoid smearing and to avoid textures from overlapping into each other in a destructive manner. So far, I've only looked at, models from Marvel Rivals and like really high poly models, so not like in-game actual models. So for my next videos, I'm definitely gonna do that. This type modeling seems to me like a very special case type modeling. Like they were trying to do a specific thing, so maybe they might have broken some rules or done some things. Like, not broken some rules, but did some things differently. I had a comment that the way the person put it, he made it sound like he was on the design team and that they were going for a specific aesthetic. But maybe it's too much to ask. But yeah, I'd love to talk to one of the 3D artists of this game and just figure out, just ask a bunch of questions. So this middle portion here, again, its own separate little UV island. So if we select everything, you see this spaces I was talking about. These spaces are really important because they keep the model neat. I remember my older models used to have that problem of like the textures melting into each other or it not unwrapping properly, which is fine. We live and we learn. And then we have these little things, which I think on two separate. No, still the same island. Still on the same island. So even when you just look at the whole 2K tile, you can tell what it's for. You can see this is the eye, and that's what that is there. Let's head back to the modeling space. So all those, the reason of it being 2K is so that you can get these little textures, these nice little details here. It's beautiful. I could literally look at this all day, but we'll be here all day. What I wanted to quickly talk about that I didn't get too far into was the normal maps. Yeah, the normal maps of it. So as I was saying, you see these little bumps here? Those are not modeled in because no, you can't. It's if you want to have those modeled in, your model is gonna have like polygons in the millions of faces. So instead, what they do is, or what is done, is that they use a normal map. Now, what is a normal map? A normal map, sure, at some point you have seen this kind of funky blue purple type thing. This is a map that then takes all the color data and all the math of how the light falls, turns it into a picture, so you don't have to actually edit the physical mesh. You can just add a normal map and the normal map will add the details. These little squares you see are these little squares here. And then with your shader, you can decide, with your shader editor, you can now decide how strong you want it to be. The stronger the normal map, the more intense the detail. Hey! Huh, yeah, the more intense the details are. So you see like here in the center here, you don't see the lines, the frown lines when I have the normals all the way down to 0. When I take it up, yeah, there we go. Huh. I'd set all the normals to like 5, so I think I'll beef them up to 10 just to see how different they look. But with the normal map, there's various ways to make a normal map. You could generate one from a higher mesh. You could just straight up make one in Photoshop. One way that I used to kind of trick it earlier on was I would make a really detailed diffuse map and then just get like a online converter like Crazy Bump or something like that to then get a normal map out of that one. But with that one you can end up getting some weirdish results. But instead of talking about the head, let's head over to the next body part, which is the face. Yes, it's the face. Just need to infinitely. I think I'll just delete this because I don't like it the outer shell. I've already made the point I want to make with the outer shell, so I can delete that. Okay, so now I want to select the head. Cool. So we got some head. Ha 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 ha. So lame. But again, I just want to beef up the normal map to 10 and see how it looks. Ew. I think we'll keep it at 5. Yeah, because I want those details, but I don't want them to be too stark. Again, let's go have a look at the edge flow. Now, much like Squirrel Girl, his polygon density is a lot more on the head than it is on the rest of the body because, facial animations and facial deforms, all that good stuff. And also this model is, in the lobby, so while you're waiting in the lobby, they're doing little get ready, like, select animations and stuff like that, and it's gotta look good. But again, let's go check the UV. Let's check the UV tile. 2K, again, 2K worth of space. This is, yeah, redonkulous. Every part is at least 2K. At least every important part is at least 2K. Like I said, I did this for a character model of mine and I thought I was being excessive. But, I think I'll learn a lot more about it when I check out and dissect other models. Because this is actually the first time I'm dissecting models like this. I just kind of like raw dogged it, just blend tutorials and jumping right in. But you see the difference though, that just like the textures make. With this, it's just generic Gears of War looking dude. Now it's a Marvel character. Now it's a comic book character. Let's check the normals on the head. You see, the normals are the little bumpies, some skin pores. Very faint, but yeah, some skin pores. And this just helps the light bounce off more detail and more smexy off of the model. Now, one thing I find interesting is this beard, right? You have two kinds of beards. You have like his actual face beard, and then you have the drawn on like 5 o'clock shadow type thing. This hair still works the same way as the hair on Squirrel Girl. Yes, but it's actually, I don't know, it feels like it's a bit less polyed than Squirrel Girl, since it's a beard. But I find this super interesting. Like, they just do the 5 o'clock shadow on and then added actual beard on the bottom. Nice. Now, while we're still on the head, let's just take this time to look at... Oh yeah, and also he doesn't have eyes because he's wearing this mask. I think there's another skin of his where he doesn't have the helmet and he's wearing the jacket, and then you can see his eyes there. This one doesn't, so yeah. So now let's have a look-see at the mouth. Yes. Oh wait, this one looks a bit different to Squirrel Girl's mouth model. It seems a bit more detailed. Let's peep that wireframe. Let's peep that 10,000 faces for just like the mouth and teeth. I don't know, man. I think even just for like lobby stuff, this is a bit excessive. Okay, why do you have a model like this? I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, but this to me is encroaching on Garten of Ban levels of detail. But my lord, each one of these teeth are, oh baby, individually made. Of course, cause like Wolverine's always like screaming all the time and stuff, so he's got to be opening his mouth. He's got to be opening his mouth a lot and stuff. Oh snaps! The tongue. Let's quickly isolate the tongue. Again, the detail, the texturing. Shout out to that. I think to achieve something like this, you need like separate teams to be doing separate things, like modeling team, texturing team, retopologizing team, if any at all happened. No, I'm joking. I realize that this might not be, like I said, the exact model that you see in the game, but I'm yet to, since there haven't been any like topologized models that I've yet to find on, like properly retopologized models or optimized models that I've found online, I'm gonna assume that the optimization happens in engine. It uses LODs, which is like a game engine can either create, or you can create lower quality versions of the model to then be used accordingly, whether it's too close or too far, or whether it's usually the best example I'd give for an LOD is for people who used to play GTA 5 on like lower specs PCs. You notice how like when you're zooming in on something with a sniper rifle, it goes like changing in quality the closer you get. That's what LODs are. So I think Unreal Engine, or whatever engine it runs, auto generates the LODs, which is why we had that weird little mesh thing. But that aside, let's head over to the body. Yes, let's isolate the body. This model is so much less complex than Squirrel Girl, because it's just head, body, mask. Squirrel Girl had so much going on, man. Squirrel Girl had so much going on, but again, very dense, very high poly, but still very well put together. It's very, very neat. One thing I've noticed is a lot of high poly models tend to be very messy. Usually it's people trying to solve issues by throwing polygons at them as opposed to modeling it properly. And just the edge flow, man. The edge flow on this. Everything swims and crashes into the next thing. But these details, though. I'm really glad that, you know, I did this and I'm doing this because I also have like a kind of a superhero character that I want to develop for short film purposes. That's kind of why I got into 3D modeling and animation. My end goal is to make films and animation, but I can't get my hands on those models as easily as I can game models. So we're looking at game models. But other than that, this is just so robust. It is so, when by robust I don't mean like polygon count. I mean, you know, it's striking. It looks extremely striking. Look at this. Look at how they did this part here. Now I'm gonna assume that this middle part is one whole. Yes, indeed. You see this look of like indentedness. You can achieve this using normal maps or like displacement maps, but they modeled it. They beveled it, and a lot of that is so that the light can fall on it in very cool ways. Yes, but yeah, these models are very much carried by like their shaders and their textures. I love these. I love these little bumpy things. Ah, man, I can't get enough. I cannot get enough. But let's go take a look at this, at the claws. Let's have a look-see here at the claws and the gloves. Again, the texturing here is doing the most, and I am so here for it. Wait, yeah, we already have scene lights. Okay, and I love it. I absolutely love it. You see, it's not like a roughness map. It's just shine that's painted on. That's textured and painted on. Usually, the whole like using textures instead of using textures to like insinuate shine and stuff like that is something that I've seen in older PS2 games, namely like Grand Theft Auto, because they had limited space. But here it serves a different purpose. It's not that they couldn't, because they could have very easily just made like a roughness. They have the what's it called, ORM map for the actual quote unquote roughness, but they still have this like drawn on kind of like shine, which I find extremely like, I want to say adorable. I don't know, but this model is clearly speaking a certain design language, and I think for my next few reviews I'm gonna try and do more realistic looking stuff. But because this model isn't as dense, I don't really have as much to say as I did with the Squirrel Girl. So this one's probably not gonna be as long. So let's go look at the UVs. Yes. But first, I want to go increase the intensity of the normal map for this guy. I remember last time. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I should do. Let me just unhide everything. Go and just beef up all these normal maps, because it seems to be the way it should have been. Because usually, at least when I do it, I try to make it that even at 1, you're still getting like the most detail. So when you increase it from 1, you are deciding to add more detail. Is how I make my normal maps. They're like very high contrasty. I don't know. Maybe I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Perhaps. We don't know. But we were still checking out the torso. I love that this model is a lot more simpler than Squirrel Girl. But oof, man. Again, you got these. Oh wait, we're supposed to be checking. This is equipped 2, I think. Oh, it is equipped 2. Hold on. I just wanna make sure that this is equipped 2. Yeah, equip 02. Equip 02. Oh, we're in shading. I was here wondering, why isn't it selecting? Why isn't it selecting? It's because we are in shader mode. We're not in UV mode. So now I want to quickly go look at how these things have been distributed. Huh. Okay. So I'm guessing this is like chest back, right? This is like the yellow parts of the chest and the back. Oh, they're proper segmented here. Like per pectoral. I'm guessing this whole part. Yes, this whole part here, and then you have all the yellowy parts. Okay, I'm just trying to select that because I want to see how they're packed. Nice. Again, I think signs of a good UV is if you can tell what's going on right off rip. And then I'm guessing these here are the blades, and by the blades I mean like both blades. I love that. Like, even though we have literally like 4 times more space to work with than we did with previous generations, we still gotta be economical with it. And that I indeed love. So, other than that, is there anything else we want to look at with the body? I just kind of want to like look at it because man, this I could literally like just do this all day. Wait, what's this whole thing? Huh. Okay. I see. So, another thing I wanted to do was I noticed when a model is like really good looking, it looks good from any angle. Like check this out. Check this out. Boom. Menacing from the back. Boom. Top down. Still looks cool. Up down. Still looks cool. Looks nice. Okay, so we've checked the body. Now let's check the legs, which should be equip 3. Oh, I thought this little X was like normal mapped. Or like, yeah, it was using normal maps, but no, it seems to be actually modeled. Huh. Okay, let's isolate this leg. I don't want to hide collection, I just want to hide that. Huh, just want to go around these trousers. Now that is a utility belt right there. That is one massive utility belt. I don't know how many polygons just the utility belt is. Just the utility belt is around, wow, 7,000 faces. Man, the LODs for these models must be doing some heavy lifting for them. But I just want to go through this and figure out what's modeled and what's texture, and you do that by looking at it in wireframe. So Oh, I thought I was gonna find a cool example of like normal maps being used in lieu of like actual modeling, but it seems to me like even these segments are all modeled in together. Yeah, you see? All of them have been modeled in together into one thing. Hold up, let's change this. Yeah, been modeled in. I love that. Instead of like excessive hair, it's just a bunch of like hard surface modeling. And oh my gosh, these boots. These boots. Hold on. You see the transition? You can still see that, you know, it's boot to the buckle and all that transition into this. And man, you see every little detail. If it I heard a rule of thumb which says whether you want to tell whether you have to use normal maps or if you have to model it is, does it change the silhouette? If it changes the silhouette, ergo, you know, a strap, a boot, a knee pad, if it changes the silhouette, you gotta model it. If it's just like indented textures, like indented or like little details, like, you know, little dots, little streaks, I've seen certain games use normal maps for like scratches on things. sometimes, depending on the level of detail you need that scratch to have, but that's the rule of thumb that I also use. If it doesn't change, if it doesn't deform the silhouette, I just use a normal map for it. But I kind of wanna, let's take that off. Man, like just like with Squirrel Girl, I am geeking over these shoes. And no, I'm not weird about feet. Stop it. Stop thinking it. These knee pads, but everything here just has so much intent and so much layers. Usually, a problem that you get when you're doing stuff like this is people will say that you over design, you add too much detail. But for this one, I feel like it works because it's stylized, because it's cartoony. But it's not like all the way cartoony. If I was to put it on a spectrum where like 1 is fully cartoonish and then 10 is realistic, I'd put this at around a like 4. It's cartoony, but it's cartoony trying to add detail to make it look real cartoony. What am I saying? Real cartoony. Let's head on over to the UVs. Let's see how they stacked this up. But I'm guessing you're also feeling why I can't. Oh wow. Oh man, these look so good. These look so good, and I'm sure they still adhere to all the rules that we figured out with the. Yes, you see, 2 of them on the same one. If something is duplicated, they share the same UV space. What's this? Why isn't all of it selected? What are these parts here? This looks like the front. Hold on. Yeah, this looks like the front of the trousers, but when I do this and select everything, Alt H, nope, no hidden reveal. What is that? What are these? These look like the back pockets. Oh, there they are. Wait, what are these? Huh. Oh. I think I get it now. Peep this, okay? Peep this. I don't know why they moved this few, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move them back. Take that, GX to that by 1. No, GX minus 1, sorry. Yeah, you see, now they all fit. And let me see how they all look now that they all fit. Now, I bet you're wondering why those little dudes were on the side there. That's because you can add multiple UV tiles to the same texture. So when you do that, the next UV tile just pops up in the next one here, and then pops up with the next one. I can't tell why it was like that. Maybe because in the engine, the 2 were next to each other. Perhaps. I'm assuming so. So, hold on. Let's do that. So if we select this... Oh, it's the back! Oh, it's the cheeks! It's the gyat for real! Oh, I thought it was the front. Huh, I see. But again, look at the economy, look at the space. Even if there's like a lot of things, a lot of little objects that are all close to each other, all of them still get their own little ring around them. This is some professionalism, okay? Because I'm telling you, this takes time to arrange them like this. The easiest way would just be like auto-generate and then let the 3D software do the rest. But these were packed with intent, okay? These are packed with intent, and everybody in the pipeline did what they were supposed to. Everybody understood the assignment, as it were. But besides this really cool looking shoes, let's do this. Yeah, this really cool looking shoes. Oh, you see that principle I said? Look. You see how this like bend and this the leather, the way it's bending is changing the silhouette? Because it's changing the silhouette, it's modeled into it, right? But if you check, you have these like over here, right over here, you have a less prominent indent in. So it's not been modeled, it's just been sort of like textured into the normal map. That's one of the benefits of normal maps. Hold on. Did I set this? Yeah, I did. I set it to 10. I set it to 10. So, I think we've gone over everything with this model. Again, I love the way it looks. I've always been a fan of Wolverine off rip. And I feel like Wolverine and Squirrel Girl are like the two main kinds of models I've seen in Marvel Rivals. It's either one solid man thing or something with a whole bunch of hair and man thing. Man thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'm guessing Venom, Hulk, and all those other like brute type people have the same kind of setup, almost. I'm gonna assume so. So now that we have looked at the modeling, the topologies, are there any questions? Nah, I'm just having fun. Let's see how just the entire model looks in terms of edge flow and topology. Again, you see how the polygon density around the mouth and the face is way more than around, like, say here, his chest area. That's because a lot of talking going on, a lot of bubs coming out of this mouth, so it has to move accordingly, you know, yeah. But I also like picked this model because I wanted to talk about normal maps and illustrate how they work. Oh shit, here's a really good example. You see these little holes that are like drawn on? You could increase their prominence by increasing the normal map. So instead of modeling it in and messing with the topology, you can still get a clean topology and the look of those little holes or those little bumps on that model. Let's take off the wireframe. Let's get really close. Okay. I think I have geeked enough over the textures. Now, let's go have a look at the rig and how this bad boy moves. Welcome back, everybody. So, we finished up checking out the model. Now we're gonna check out the rig and the animations for it. I mean, first of all, this rig looks a lot cleaner than the Squirrel Girl model. I'm gonna chalk that up to extracting and the way it was extracted, as opposed to trying to say that one model is better than the other, because I don't even have like the actual rig. We just have like the position of the bones. So again, like the model, we select all the, like the Squirrel Girl model, we select all of them so we can see what is parented to what, so we can see what moves what. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and pose him in like a crouching kind of position. So let's grab this here. Oh yeah, it's moving the exact same. It moves the same way as Squirrel Girl's model, which makes me wonder, you know? Is it the exact same rig that they use for the game that they just use for the character in the lobby? I don't know. I think I might just have to like run Marvel Rivals and then do like a wireframe view of it through some capturing software I saw. You can like pause a game and screenshot, and it's gotta like take whatever models that are on the screen. And yeah, but maybe that's a whole other video. So first of all, I'm gonna activate mirror pose. But that's weird. They should be moving in the okay, so we can't mirror pose. Fine. Okay, usually I like to start with the hands. But okay, I don't like how it's deforming here. This looks kind of bad. But it's not bad in a dysfunctional sense. I think it's more I'm not moving them right. And I'm pretty sure all these other smaller bones can fix the problem of moving that bigger bone. So yeah. Let's begin posing Bub up. So first I want to make him lean forward a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, I'll take that angle. And then, let me see. I think, is this bone? No, it's not. I'm looking for like the hip bone, the one that makes him. Oh, okay. This is interesting because you see here the way he's moving like that. I was expecting him to like bend down, but now I'm realizing this has no like in Blender. I mean, it doesn't have any inverse kinematics, so I'm gonna have to. Man. That's weird. Why do they do that? I think it's a rotation problem. I think when whatever software was used to extract this model, it kind of messed up the rotations of it, because when I try to rotate it one way, it goes wonk. It goes wonky. So I'm just gonna have to pose this again. But I really like the way this rig is set up. You have all these smaller little bones, and then all these smaller little bones control like a specific deform or specific part of it, and then you got the larger bones that now control the smaller bones. The reason for this, I'm assuming, is to maximize the level of like freedom that you have, so you're not limit the level of freedom and the level of movement that you have. And I'm pretty sure the actual like in-engine rig is a lot more intelligible. Not that this is not intelligible. You see, I'm successfully kind of getting the pose I want, but I'm sure that in the game or in Maya or whatever software it is, it's probably Maya or 3ds Max, I'm sure that the rigs in there are, you know, comprehensive and they all have the right come on now, the right shapes so you can see what bone goes where. Because usually when you finish rigging, the second you finish rigging, you end up with a rig kind of like this one, where it's all just the same type of bone, and then you have to make customized bone shapes to help you remember what was for where. And inverse kinematics make things a lot easier, because instead of posing his hand like so, I would just have selected like a bone in his palm and then used that to, let's see, copy pose, you see, it goes back the other way, which means that the rotations on this model are some type of way. I mean, it would make sense. You don't have to make like two different rigs. You could just make one type rig. So I'm gonna chalk this up to the extractor messing it up. Yeah, but this is fun so far. I don't think I've seen anything wrong with the weight painting. I don't think I've seen anything wrong with the bone distribution. This is pretty cool stuff. Let me see. Does it automatically bend? Or do I have to select this to make it? Oh, because with a lot of rigs, what happens is you'll have one control that kind of controls the that controls the bend of all the fingers. So if you want to make him clench a fist, with this model, with this rig, I mean, the way it is, I'm gonna have to go in and sort of adjust all the little here, like so. Wait, no, let's try R. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and adjust all these little bones individually, which is incredibly time consuming, as you can see. But if this was in the native software that it was made in, it'd be a lot easier. I mean, I myself again could clean it up and add IKs, but that's not what we're here for. We're just here to look at how it moves and how it deforms and all that good stuff. So okay, now it just kind of looks like he's. Oh wait, what do these do? What do these bones do? What are they called? viewport display, name, sorry, wrong. It does have IKs, but you see, this inverse kinematics, IKs, this is what I'm always talking about, but you see when I try to move them, they don't move the rig, because the IKs have not been connected. This tells me that, you know, the IKs come from another 3D modeling suite. I think I mentioned them for either Maya or Max. And what Blender still like recognizes from how it was ripped is the base of it, as in what bone is where and what does what. Essentially. Let me switch off these names. Kind of annoying. Does what essentially. So pretty much I could, you know, just add some IKs, make some custom shapes, and then boom, we are on our way. I can now make my own animations, my own little action type animations. I had to specify because I'm sure there are other people who want to make other custom animations that are not so safe for work. I even oh, okay, wait. Oh, this is for the face. Let's actually try and dissect this face a bit. Okay, let me see. I'm guessing this is the whole face. So you see how it's like clipped through the mesh here. Remember with the Squirrel Girl model with the stockings, when I said that they don't have under the leg, there's no modeling, it's because this might happen. And I think a solution that I saw sometimes is you might have to come on, I'm trying to find one of those like bones that, well, I can't seem to. Huh. Does he ever do that? I don't know. But I kind of want to see this face rig. I want to play around with this face rig a bit. Look at him. I am Wolverine. I am angry all the time because I don't go to therapy. Okay, so that's what that does there. That goes there. Huh. I'm even more angry. You know what it's like being immortal with unresolved issues? It is maddening. But yeah, I love. Still, I still love this rig very much, even though I'm seeing a slightly like, I'm seeing it without all its functionality. But from what I'm using and how, oh wait, okay. But from how I'm using it and what I've used it for, I really like this rig. So shout out to whoever was in charge of the rigging. You are a absolute star. This is good stuff. Because you can tell this is, because all the characters are so like unique and custom, you kind of have to make each rig unique and custom to it. So man, the rigging department for this guy, especially with how it was modeled, all the love, all the respect. Like for example, with IKs, just to illustrate one more time. Actually, hold on. I think maybe here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go open up the model I made. That superhero guy I was telling you guys about. Yeah, let's just say. So this guy, I made this dude, and he has a, just hold on. He has a rigify rig, but the face rig though I made myself. So what I was trying to do with the Wolverine model was I was trying to pose him in like an action pose. So you see how with this pose, because it has all the custom shapes and the bones, even though it's just like rigify, I can control his whole body just by doing that. Oh, why is it lagging because of the hair? Oh my god, I just exposed myself. Potato PC alert. Yes, I admit my PC is indeed potato. Let's take this down to like 25 or something. But that doesn't matter. So what I was trying to get at here is, you see how if I want to make him go down, I just select this main bone and I do that, and now he all goes down, right? Still struggling, man. I gotta beef up my PC if I'm gonna take this stuff seriously. But and of course, if I want to move his whole leg, I just do that. Oh wait, I know why it's lagging. It's still potato PC reasons. It's still potato PC reasons. So that means I can unhide his hair. Unhide his hair. Hey, I'm getting distracted. So as I was saying, now there we go. You see how if I here, let me show you the pose that I was trying to do with I was trying to make him do like a, you know, the like Wolverine pose. So with this one, with this model, I don't know why I can't see that option, but if you turn on X, you see how when you turn on X mirror, he moves accordingly, right? And then with fingers, depending on how you take them, they automatically kind of like bend. But yeah, this is a slightly older Rigify rig. The reason why I'm using it is because I was able to auto weight it to the model, which I'll probably make a tutorial for it on how I did it. But this is what I mean when I say IKs are super convenient, because with the IKs I don't have to pose the hand like that. I can just select the different weighted parts, and the best part is I could just hold on. The best part is if I want to activate if I want to switch off inverse kinematics and just control all the bones individually, I can do that, which is the benefit of it being made the way it is. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show the initiator, people, what I mean when I say, oh, it'd be so much easier to model and pose with IKs. But I'm still gonna change a lot on this guy. Okay, this isn't this dude's final form. I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit of something that I made. His project is coming though. His project is coming. I still need to upgrade him. I still need to adjust him. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I have learned that I want to now apply, just in terms of like weight painting. Here, let me show you what it looks like rendered. His name is Arrow Breaker. I just felt like sharing him with you guys. With hair. Here, I wanna bring the hair back. Children. So children, yeah. I can make the hair a lot better. I can add more detail to the face. I'll definitely be changing his suit. I'm gonna add more detail to the suit. But yeah, if you get to this part in the video, just I'd like to quickly know your opinion on my dude here, Arrow Breaker. You will be seeing him in an upcoming short film I'm working on, because him and like a bunch of other characters in a short film that I'm gonna be working on as a preamble to the feature-length film that I'd like to make. But that's a bit further down the line. By a bit further down the line, I mean probably like 2 to 3 years from now, when the feature-length film is gonna start. It's gotta be dropped. But the short films, those I want to get those done before the end of the year. So let's go back to Wolverine now. Let's go back to Wolverine, and I can now end off this video. Okay, so we're back. As you can tell, the Wolverine model doesn't have the IKs didn't transfer. I'm sure it does, because you can see some bones are labeled as IK controls. So I'm sure that in the model the software is made in, it does have its IKs. But for now, I'll just have to, work with what I got. At least I worked with what I had. So just to close off, a trick I heard of when you get a new rig is try and move all the bones just so you can see, what's moving what and all of that. But I think that's everything for now. Thanks for joining me again in this model review of Wolverine from Marvel Rivals. Thank you for your time. thank you for subscribing. If you do, thank you for, being a real one. And if you'd like to be a real one, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. There is more content on my Patreon. Like I said, there's 2 reviews on my Patreon that are not on YouTube. That is Jeff the Land Shark and Galacta. So if you'd like to see those, just go ahead and join my Patreon for as little as $3.50 a month. That's less than a Starbucks coffee. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys right now. Thanks, and bye-bye. Keep it real, my dudes. Keep it real.